All right. Welcome to Unfiltered. This is a side note. In the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul is addressing the Corinthian church because there was this discussion that was taking place. And they were trying to decide who's more important. Is it the person who prophesies, or is it the person who can speak in tongues? Is it the deacon, the pastor, the person who sings in the choir, the person who pays the biggest tithe and gives the biggest donation? Is it who's the most important? And they were having this very immature, very childish discussion. You see, when you get enough humans involved in something, things get messy. People are so messy. It is embarrassing today, the lack of maturity among grown people in our society. It's outrageous and it's embarrassing. Everywhere you look, there are grown people who act like 12 and 13-year-old children. They have the maturity of a 12 and 13-year-old child. Ain't no fool like an old fool. The lack of maturity among grown people in our society today is outrageous and it's embarrassing. And that's what's happening here. Paul is addressing in his letter to the Corinthians. He's saying, y'all are arguing about nonsense, trying to decide who's more important. I'm better than you. I have the better gift. And so Paul has to address them, and he sets them straight. And he says, look, we are all one body, but we are many parts. We are all the body of Christ, and we are all equally important. The hand cannot say to the leg, I am more important than you. The eye cannot think because it's not an ear that it doesn't have value. See, all of the parts of the body are important. And they were having this immature discussion over, ooh, I'm better than you. Because they're very immature and very childish, just like people today. Watch out for immature people. They will absolutely stab you in the back and bring you down. And so Paul says, look, the eye cannot say to the leg, I am more important than you, because without the leg, how would the body walk? And without the ear, how can the body hear? And without the eyes, how can the body see? We are all important. And we all have equal value, and we are all a part of one body. And then in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, this is how he addresses it. He says, and yet I will show you the most excellent way. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but do not have love, then I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have the faith that can move mountains, but I do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all that I possess to the poor, and I give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but I do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. And then it ends with, love never fails. Paul said, look, if you do all these other things amazingly, but you don't have love, then you are nothing and you gain nothing. See, nowadays people think, well, my walk with God, what I need to focus on in my walk with God is my church attendance and what I wear on Sunday morning and the sermons, the baptism, the tithing, the church choir, nonprofit organizations. They're focused on all of this nonsense. When Paul is making it very clear, the only thing that is important in your walk with God is love. Your walk with God is all about love. And he said, so if you sing the best in the choir, or if you speak in other tongues, or if you can prophesy, but you do not have love, then you are just a loud clanging cymbal. You're just making noise, but you're not making a difference. See, we need to make moves that make a difference. Paul said, if you're doing all of this, that's just for show. If you don't have love, you're missing the mark. Paul said, if I have the faith to move mountains, but I do not have love, then I am nothing. And later on, he says, and I gain nothing. No matter what anybody may tell you, your walk with God, the one thing that is important is that you walk in love. Everything else is just for show. The walking in love, see, love, it reveals your heart. It reveals to the world what kind of heart you have. Do you have light inside of you, or do you have darkness? Do you pretend to care about other people when all along you really only care about yourself? Or do you actually genuinely have unconditional love inside of you? Let your love and let your light so shine among this dark world. Let it shine so brightly in this dark world that it gives people hope. You should be walking with the love that you carry as visual hope to the broken around you. You see, unconditional love, that is the power that breaks the chains that enslave us. Unconditional love is what provides healing to the broken. See, so many people quote this book and so many people talk about love, but they do not walk in love. So many people are wolves in sheep's clothing. Boy, they know everything about that book, but they don't know him. I am telling you, the only thing that is important is love. So Paul is addressing them, and he is saying, look, y'all are engaging in these immature, childlike arguments about who's more important, and I'm better than you, and look at this and look at that. And he said, y'all are missing the mark. The only thing that is important is unconditional love. Before Jesus left, he told his disciples, love one another as I have loved you. That is the most important thing that you can do on a daily basis. Everything else is just for show. Over time, the choirs quit singing. Money quits coming into the church. We quit helping people. All of the production and all of the show that organized religion has now become, it's all meaningless if there is no love. Instead of beating yourself up every day for the struggles you have and for the sins that you struggle with and the mistakes that you make, you should focus on God and his amazing love, and you should focus on being a bright shining light of love into this dark world that so desperately needs it. Instead of beating yourself up, you should let the love of God lift you up, and you should be encouraged to walk around and demonstrate the love of God. You should freely give back what he has freely given to you. So if God has been good to you, if he has pulled you out of the pit that you were in, if he set you on a rock, if he put joy in your heart and a smile on your face, then walk around and demonstrate this love to those who desperately need it. He said, look, love is patient. His definition of love 2,000 years ago, it still rings true today. And if you go to a wedding, there's a high percentage, they're going to read that definition of love even today, 2,000 years later. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not self-seeking. It doesn't dishonor others. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. See, if your love doesn't sound like that, then you're really not walking in love. You're fake. Your love is not real. He is saying, look, this is what love is. Y'all are arguing about some nonsense about who's more important. Let me show you what is important. And as I show it to you, let me define it for you. Love never fails. He ends by saying love never fails. No matter what, it is the most powerful thing that we possess. God so loved us that he gave his son to die in our behalf, to die in our place. And we so love him back that we walk around and we share and we give out and we pour out this love to the broken and enslaved people around us. We wipe the tears of those who are crying. We pick those who are down. We pick those people up who are down. When we see someone down, we pick them up. We lift them up. We encourage them. We keep pressing forward. Love never fails. If you hang out with somebody and every single time you do something wrong, they bring it up and bring it up and bring it up. See, they're keeping a record of wrongs. Paul said, love keeps no record of wrongs. That's why you have to know that you are completely forgiven, because God is not up in heaven marking every single thing that you do and looking down on you like you're some kind of complete and big mistake. God sees you through the eyes of perfect, unconditional love. Love keeps no record of wrongs. It always hopes. It always trusts. It always perseveres. Love never fails. Let the unconditional love that God has for you, let it fill up inside of you and flow out from within you. There's nothing more important than walking in love. And I'm here today to let you know all of that other stuff is just immaturity and people who want to argue about complete nonsense. Do not be distracted by that which is not important. Focus on what is important. Walking in love is the most important thing that you can do on a daily basis. Everything else is just for show. Everything else is nonsense. Let me encourage you today. It is that unconditional love that will transform your life. And it is the most important thing we do. Love never fails. Have a good day.